folks. Whew, it's a warm day today, as it has been for quite a while now. This is a video that I wasn't sure that I would be able to do. This is a response to Robert Zee's lottery that he has every year. And it came in a very bad timing because I had a lot to do, and on top of that I had the cold also. I got sick, so that delayed me even more. So I was thinking 10 questions. If we're going to do them one by one, there's no chance in hell I can be able to do it. So I was thinking, how am I going to do this? But now I feel like it's little time left, so I felt, why not? Now I can do it if I put the questions together into one. So let's move along. I know that the idea was that Robert said that we should do them one by one and think about it, but a lot of these questions I've already made. I already answered in previous videos during my 10 years here, so it wasn't all that hard actually. And if I'm going to have the time to be part and do my contribution to your lottery, then I have no alternative to put them together in one video. So here we go. Number 1. 3 dead artists that would return for a Christmas party that I created, a fictional Christmas party. I don't remember who I picked before, but I'm picking one of them. I know I picked before. I picked this first one before. I know in my previous responses. But one I would pick is Jimmy Smith. Wouldn't it be amazing with some real groovy Hammond organ jazz on that Christmas party? And it would be very, very fun to have seen him live. He's dead now, of course, so it can be possible, but it would have been fun doing it. Number 2, David Bowie. A very interesting person to be able to have seen live all of his hits. And number 3, I pick one of my absolute favorites, Marie Fredriksson from Roxette. And in this case, it is her solo stuff. I want, even though no disrespect to Roxette, that I also think is really good. But in this case, it is Marie Fredriksson solo, as she has done so magnificent solo stuff during her career. So one of my absolute favorite female artists. We have one song that I never want to hear again. I've done a video for her ranking my most hated songs. I did that many years ago. And I could name a lot, but it was one song and one song only. So I'm picking Terry Jack's Seasons in the Sun. I'm not going to say that it's a particularly bad song, but I've heard it to death. I'm sick and tired of it, because I was working at a thrift store once, and there was one of these commercial radio stations in the back that played classic old songs over and over, and they played Seasons in the Sun maybe 3-4 times a day, and finally I felt like, now they have destroyed an okay song. I can't listen to it anymore because I'm so fed up with it, and I hope to never hear it again. Of course, my prayers will not be answered for that. It still plays every now and then, but that's my answer. Terry Jack's Seasons in the Sun. One album I want to experience hearing for the first time again. It was about us. One album that the memory of it will be erased from our head, and we want to discover it again and listen to it over and over. I picked the very first album I bought with my own money, Paul Hardcastle's self-titled debut, and I picked it because when I first bought it and when I listened to it the first time, I was disappointed. I bought it because of the Vietnam song, 19, 19, 19, 19. And it was in an album version that I, at the time, wasn't all that thrilled about. And it was quite a lot instrumental, smooth jazz, a genre that Paul Hardcastle would be connected to later in life. And at the time, I didn't understand. I wanted an album just with songs with effects, and I got only one with that. So I was very disappointed. So I would like to go back, listen to this for the first time again, to actually give myself a new chance to. Today, I love this one to death. It's one of the best and most important albums I have. But I would like to start over with it and give it a new chance to realize maybe that this one actually is good. Would that be the case? I don't know. But it didn't take long for me to change my mind. So after I listened to it the first time, so maybe a second time I would like it from the beginning, as I should have. So that is my answer. Create a Mount Rushmore with my all-time favorite singers. Also a question that I've done before. I think I was sitting at the balcony at the time. I don't remember all my answers there, but my answers as today are four: two Swedish, two foreign. First, Swedish. My favorite singer-songwriter from Sweden, Peter Lemark. He has such an amazing voice, very laid back and cool, and his lyrics are amazing. I'm a huge fan of him, so definitely him. Second, my favorite jazz singer, Monica Zetterlund, and fantastic voice, really smooth, jazzy voice. But at the same time, she could sing ballads. She can sing. She did comedy stuff. She did acting, and she was such an all-round artist that did everything. But she was a fantastic singer. And then, naturally, Dave Gahan of Depeche Mode. He has such an amazing energy when he sings, when he performs, and such a characteristic and amazing voice for the fantastic songs that Depeche Mode does. And finally, Randy Crawford, a woman with a fantastic golden voice that I love so much. So my natural choice: Peter Lemark, Monica Zetterlund, Dave Gahan, and Randy Crawford. Number 5. What do I bring to the channel? How am I as a person in person, and a theme song that would be me. The theme song part I have done twice, I think. What do I bring to my channel? I hope that I bring information, interesting stuff. People get interested in some stuff that I'm showing. I think that I am a person that both brings information and joy. That I try to inform and motivate people to listen to good music, but at the same time try to do it with a little special twist in some form, with either do it outside or try to do something funny with it. I try to do it a special way and not the traditional way, and in order to put a smile on people's face. I hope that that is inform people and at the same time entertain people in my way. When it comes to my theme song, I already have a theme song, as you know, but of course in the best of world it would be fun to have a song that isn't copyrighted. So I remember the first time I picked Shannon's Let the Music Play. The second time I picked Organ Grinder Swing by Jimmy Smith, and I stick with my second choice. I still have as my theme song then I would have Jimmy Smith by Organ Grinder Swing. That smooth, old-fashioned Hammond jazz would fit perfectly, in my opinion. Create a giant concert with one artist from each decade, from the 60s to the 2000s, and I know I've done it, but I don't recall what I said back then. But when it comes to 60s, which isn't exactly my favorite period, I have of course favorite songs from the 60s, but there are very few that are so much connected to the 60s and that I like so much that I really enjoy, like to have all of their albums with. But when it comes to jazz, it's a whole different level. So 60s, once again, Jimmy Smith. Once again, to be able to see him live for real. I've of course seen him live on YouTube, but for real. 70s, that was a tough choice. I had many to choose from, but I think that my premier answer would be Chicago. The energy and the funkiness and their style. Amazing it would be to see Chicago in its prime and hear all of these songs, 25 or 64, Unman and so on. If You Leave Me Now. So Chicago for the 70s, definitely. 80s. Would you expect anything else? Depeche Mode. Also there could be numerous answers, but Depeche Mode. 90s. Also a tough question. But of course Oasis. To be able to see the brothers Gallagher together again, performing British rock as only they can, with maybe one of these songs, would be amazing. So Oasis for the 90s. But the toughest one, of course, is 2000s, because that is not my that is not a decade that I think is the best exactly. Actually, I rather listen to 60s than I listen to 00s actually. But I pick one of my absolute favorites from the 00s and forward. I picked British group JorgenS, a British synth pop band, modern synth pop band with the great and the great singer Lauren Mayberry with her cute voice. Interesting to able to see them live. So from the 2000s, JorgenS. And next one. What do I plan to do with the collection upon my death? A question that I've been answering a couple of times, but from two different YouTube members actually. I said it before and I'll say it again. What happens with my collection after my death? I can't control it. I won't be there. If they want, if my following relatives, if my relatives want whatever they want to do with it, I can't stop. But I hope they will respect any of my wishes. But if they don't, I can't do anything. So, but I'm hoping that one of my relatives or loved ones that I have after me likes vinyl as much as I do and will keep it. But if not, I bought this collection because I like the music and I want to collect the music in physical form for me to listen to whenever I want to, and to have the music I love. And if no one else wants it in my family, then maybe I should make sure that someone else can do the same. So in that case, I guess they have to sell it or give it to a thrift store, because then hopefully someone else will buy it and have just as much joy with, if not the whole collection, and at least some of it, some records of it, as much joy of it as I had. So I guess that is my answers. But that is my first pick is, of course, that I hope that any of my relative likes music as much as I do and want to collect. But if that's not the case, make sure that this gets to someone who does, in form of selling the collection or give it away to the thrift store. But whatever happens, I can't control. 8. Grails. What does it mean to me? Grails is for me, as I don't collect for value of the money or stuff like that, I collect for my, in my interest of music and the music I like. Grail for me is something that I have found that I wanted to have for so very long time. It could be something from my childhood that I've been searching for. It could be something that I've had as a cassette co-present before and wanted to have on vinyl desperately and finally found it. It could be something, whatever, that I've been looking for a very, very, very long time and finally found it. For example, I picked this one. My favorite jazz pianist, Lenny Tristano, who were with me from the beginning when I started listening to jazz. In 1986 there was a radio show in Swedish radio about Lenny Tristano, and there I discovered the love of vintage classic jazz. I wanted for so long to have the songs that was played on that show. And in 2009, I think, it's not 6 or 9, I found in Stockholm this album that most likely that all of the songs were played from on that radio show. That made me discover old jazz, because every one of them was here. And that was a grail to me, that I managed to find it for $10. So that is my pick of grail, something that I've been wanting to have for so long and finally found it. But maybe not for the value economically, but for the value for me. 9. My absolute favorite artists, personal favorite artists, artists that people think of me when they hear. Who do you think I pick, Robert? Who do you actually think I pick? I think I pick, of course, Depeche Mode, that have been with me since 1985. I've been doing constantly amazing songs. Maybe not everything has been perfectly awesome, but they have never done a really bad record. And from what I heard from their last album, Memento Mori, that I've yet have to get, but I have ordered it and hopefully I will get it within some weeks. It seems that they're not letting me down this time either. So I think hopefully that Depeche Mode will be what people is connecting to me, and because they are my absolute favorite artists, and I also like the fact that they have been going through so much of personal crisis and everything, and still marches on. Now, latest, of course, Andy Fletcher's death. But Dave Gahan and Martin Gore, at times not the best friends, still goes in there in the record studio and does a great album and a new tour. So Depeche Mode. We had 10, a wish list if I win. What would I like people to send me? Not as much heavy metal or psych or stuff like that, but it's fun to be surprised. As I get a package from Norway, and every now and then I don't know what will be coming in the mail. So it's that excitement that is the fun of it, really fun. But vintage jazz, I'm saying vintage classic jazz because I'm not that much into free jazz, avant-garde jazz, Sun Ra or Artie Shepherd, stuff like that. Soul, 70s, 80s, maybe 90s that aren't hip-hop. 80s new wave synth pop, of course, but also some new wave rocky style like Mission and so on. Brit pop from the 90s, regular pop from 80s, 90s, maybe 70s. So there is my wish list in that case upon if I win. But singer-songwriter from the 70s is also something I like, as you know. Dance music from the 90s and 80s, always interesting. Oh, as you can see here, and synth pop from more modern synth pop also. So as you can see here, there are very, very much Big Beat, Chemical Brothers, Fatboy Slim, and so on. I'm a wide range of tastes, so I can name on and on and on and on. It's easier to say what I don't like than what I like. Bonus question you had. You wanted us to talk about you, Robert Zee, what you have given me and opinions and so on. You're total crap. You know that, Robert. You're total. No, just kidding. Just making fun. Robert, you're definitely one hell of a funny guy. That was what I thought of when I saw you the first time. That you had such a happiness, such a joy, and that you were unique, and you do something special. If not, which I like very much. Even if you don't always dance around or get dressed or something like that, you still have a happiness and joy that is something special, and that you just having fun when you do these things, which many others do also. But you have a special style that you can see that tell that you are having fun. You're respectful. You respect other people's tastes and other record collectors, and so that is what I think is your absolute biggest strength. And of course, you come and gone with different kind of channels, but I guess you're sometimes in different moods when you feel like to ever do a video again, that when you are really, really tired, and then maybe you do hasty things, but I somehow always have a feeling that you'll be back because you have done in the past. So I think you're a really happy, funny guy, unique. You do something special with your you bring something special of joy and happiness to the videos, and you respect other collectors for their taste and who they are and so on. So I was hoping that someday I would be able to send you a Swedish flag also, but the problem is they are very expensive to send stuff over the Atlantic Ocean. But one day I hope to do it. So that is my response to your lottery, and I hope that you are satisfied. I managed to do all 10 questions and the bonus question, and I managed to do it under 30 minutes. So hurrah for that. So I hope, Robert, that hope for the best, that I might win. So I hope that you and everybody else have a really nice time, no matter where you are, no matter what you do. Take care and so long.